We go towards the mansion, and I feel calmer with every second. Now that I'm no longer in immediate danger, I can at least try to appreciate my surroundings again. Both the mansion and the strangers walking beside me. Where are you looking exactly, hmm? Nowhere. It's not that I mind. Whatever calms you down. If we could go on to more important issues than your lust, Momo, I would much appreciate it. I don't have time for any of that. And what's so crucial that you have to do, Hickey? Water your plants. As a matter of fact, yes. And he's gone. Okay. Momo, you astonish me. If you thought for 1 second that our friend was looking at you with that kind of interest, well, you are sorely mistaken, indeed. You are just projecting your own fascination with him. There has been no indication whatsoever, even for a second. Sigh. Alright, alright. Momo rolls back his eyes and looks at me again. Getting back on track. Your grandfather is no longer with us. What? But before you said... No way, is he... Hickey, for someone acquainted with lifetimes of thousands, you can be such a moron. Theo isn't dead, little boy. No need to cry. He's missing, though. For the last time, will you please refrain from using my name this way? Oh, shush, Hickey. About your grandpa, we're not sure what happened. The day he disappeared, the barrier showed up. But all of this, how is it possible? And again, how do you know my aunt? Well, we've lived here for quite some time, and this is the house where she grew up. And how is it all possible? Simple. Magic. I guess if you could see something that doesn't make sense here, you can always answer yourself. Ah, magic. What? My aunt knows about all of this? Why didn't she ever tell me? That is a question for her, not for us. He comes closer to me and grabs my chin to look me straight in the eye. His yellow iris reminds me of sand. His breath brings memories of midsummer wind that carries a little bit of moisture to an extremely dry day. I feel pressure on my cheeks and forehead, little pins and needles. My heart speeds up in anticipation. I need to think about all of this familiar business, maybe prepare papers. Familiar business? And that crazy dragon guy was talking about familiar call. What is it? Momo, Faerun, take care of him. He releases me from his grip and goes away. He doesn't bother to look back even when he speaks. But of course I will. There is nothing quite as splendid as taking care of a person in need. It made me reminisce about that old story, the one in which a brave traveler was terribly lost in the woods and found an empty hut where he decided to sleep. Faerun, more doing, less talking. What did Hikmat mean when he said familiar business? It's something to discuss, of course, but I think it'll be better for you to relax first. You should also clean yourself from all of that dirt you fancied falling into. I did not. I guess you could take one of the guest bedrooms on the second floor. The number of spare rooms we have is ridiculous. This is a fine idea indeed, but Theodore prepared a room for his grandson a long time ago. Did he now? And I've never heard of this before because... You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's say I believe you, for now. Faerun ignores him and takes me by the hand. My skin tingles under his delicate touch. Oh, I just can't wait for you to see your room. It was made special just for you. I hope everything was done correctly. If you find anything amiss, do not hesitate to ask for adjustments, and I will happily oblige you. Anyhow, we should get going, shall we? No, he can lead me. Let's go. Let's go, beautiful. Let's go. We go upstairs and then through the corridor on the left. We pass many doors and I'm wondering what lies behind them. Bedrooms, studies, sitting halls, or something completely out of this world. I can see Faerun glancing at me, but he seems too focused on my hand to start a conversation. So, you lived here a long time? Oh, yes, indeed. A good portion of my life. Not that it has been very long so far. Not 4 full-horn desquamating? What is that word, bitch? Desquamating cycles have passed since I moved here. You see, I met Theodore when I was just a lad. He helped me dearly and took care of me. I await the day of your joyful reunion. He is truly an inspiring person. Yes, good for you for having him as a guardian then. That makes one of us. Oh, I do apologize. Of course, you've never even met him, yet you're yearning for family. And here I am flaunting our friendship. How inconsiderate of me. No, it's me who's sorry. I shouldn't have vented to you. I think I'm still a bit stressed from all that happened. Of course, that's completely understandable. No need to apologize. So, how long does the cycle of horn peeling off take? Well, if I had to convert it to time measurement in this realm, it would be around 12 of your years. You're 50 years old? No, wait, you've lived here that long? How old are you? In a couple of months, I will finish my 9th cycle. Ah, but please do not be mistaken. For unicorns, it's quite young. I don't say anything as I try to wrap my head around the fact that the dude next to me is, in fact, over 100 years old. Wait, and Grandpa took care of him? How little do I know about my own family? How do you like it in the manor so far, dear Gecko? Ah, Gecko, how I've longed to call you by your name. Theodore told me so much about you. I can't believe that I was able to finally meet you. Such happiness, such bliss. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I did not mean to make you uncomfortable. It's okay. I'm glad at least someone is happy to see me. And to answer your question, the mansion is lovely, but it has a significant lack of grandfathers. My apologies. I did not want to remind you of your unfortunate situation again. It has to be extremely difficult to travel towards hope and dreams, only to find out that it was all but an illusion. Oh no, I am terribly sorry. My intention was only to relieve your sadness, not aggravate it. It's okay. Yeah, you're gonna be nice to him. Get out of here. It's okay. This time I was only joking. That was a bad joke. Sorry. Oh, I see. Nay, I am sure it was a splendid joke. I have yet much to learn about humans. Here's the entrance to your room, dear Gecko. I shall leave you now. Please make yourself at home. Before I can say anything, he turns and walks away much faster than on our way here. He almost runs. I sigh. He tried to be welcoming and I didn't make it easy. Ladies and gentlemen, my superb people skills in action. Yeah, you were kind of a dick. I open the door to my new room. I drop my backpack to the floor and look around. It's a weird mix of miscellaneous objects. The plants are made of plastic. The single real one is the cactus. It's like someone knew it's the only thing that could survive in my room. I hear a wind chime. It's attached to the window on the right. Whenever I hear a wind chime, I think about my parents. I don't remember their faces, but that sound, we must have had one of those. Someone put a picture of my aunt and uncle on the fireplace. I'm there too, just much younger. We look so stiff, like we can't wait to stop touching. A couple of things seem out of place, like a Christmas stocking or a creepy portrait of an old wizard. Wait, is that my grandpa? I hope not. Hanging a painting of himself in my room would be kind of weird. A little bit. He looks like Dumbledore over there. Why did he invite me in if he's not even here? They said he was missing. If he's a wizard, he might as well have been attacked and kidnapped by some supernatural being, sucked away to some other dimension. It's not like I came here to live with him, but still. Why do I feel this way? I didn't expect anything from him. Family that actually cares about me. I gave up on that a long time ago. Didn't I? I sigh and look at the bed. Hi Teddy. Long time no see. I had the exact same plushie when I was a kid, but dressed differently. My aunt said my parents gave him to me. As I hug the bear, I smell home. On the desk, there are things I'm not too familiar with. Most of the jars are unlabeled, and those that aren't don't tell me anything useful. There's also a crystal ball with a button on the stand. I press it, not expecting anything, but it glows with a foggy white light. The great pain awaits thee if thou is not willing to focus and see. What? What pain? I need more information. What happened? I take a step back and trip over one of the glass thingies on the floor. I fall on my ass for the third time this day, but now I also hit the back of my head. Who would leave something here? For all of your life, don't make a foe, but thou must admit, I told you so. Are you serious? Silence. Then I hear knocking. Give me a second, I'm coming. I stand up and open the door. It's Momo holding a silver platter. He smiles a very pleasant smile. I avoid looking in his eyes. I have a feeling that whatever this familiar call is, experiencing it in a small enclosed space would be bad. Oh, why so shy? Didn't you look at me quite intently just a while ago? Anyway, I'm sorry I can't tell you it was my idea to bring you something to eat. It was all Faerun. Thanks, and please thank him for me. By the way, what did you do to him? He's sitting in the kitchen all whiny about not knowing how to interact with humans and you not liking him. I made a joke about the mansion having a significant lack of grandfathers, but it probably sounded like I was blaming Faerun for Grandpa not being here. I didn't want him to be sad. Oh, never mind. I was just curious. Let's not concern ourselves with trivial things anymore. Are you going to eat your eggs? He points at the platter he puts on my desk. There's an omelet, a few slices of bread, and a glass of juice. I thank him again and take a bite. He watches me intently. It's pretty unwise to eat food from a stranger, don't you think? Especially someone who's not of this world. Hasn't your aunt ever told you stories about evil fairies and humans who ventured too deep into a forest? Continue eating. Fuck it, you already took a bite, bitch. She probably did. But somehow I don't think you'd put anything in my food. Oh, wouldn't I? What's stopping me? Fear, maybe? Did you just... Love, do you consider yourself to be a threatening person? If so, I must disappoint you. No, I meant Faerun. From what I observed, he seemed like a very upright kind of unicorn. Not the kind who'd be happy for his guest to get poisoned. You guys coexist here, right? No matter how confident you seem, you probably don't want to get on his bad side. Momo gets silent for a second and then laughs. Maybe you're not as defenseless as you look. To be honest, I'd much rather have you alive and well, but thinking you're untouchable might not be the best course of action for the foreseeable future. His gaze shifts to the crystal ball. Is that the everyday prophecy ball? I was wondering where it disappeared. He presses the button. Nothing happens. He grabs it and shakes it a little, then presses the button again. It hates me ever since that party. I laughed at it for being useless in front of our guests. I suppose it broke all the way down because of the shame. The ball shines with the light again. You will be saved from the great hunger by a green giant. You didn't even try, did you? I know what the cook looks like, thank you very much. And no rhyme? Give me another one. The great disappointment awaits you. And the great shattering awaits you. Yeah, right. Okay. He looks at me. You see? Useless. I don't know. It seems to like you. I mean, you both seem like the type who love to argue. Only if it's worth it. Don't rush with eating. He pats me on the head and walks away. I go to the bathroom across the hall. I take a quick shower and dress into something clean. All my clothes look the same. I guess this is what I get for only bringing the acceptable stuff. I think I'd feel better in that "you shall not pass" t-shirt. Now what? Should I wander around a bit by myself? Wait, how do I contact the guys anyway? Nah, they're probably not on Grindr. Bitch, they probably are. All of them. There's a note in the platter. I must have been starving if I hadn't seen it sooner. Each and every letter is written with precise elegance. The note says, "Bring the dishes back, will you, love? I am not your maid, after all. The kitchen is on the right of the main hall." It doesn't say I have to do it right away, but I don't really have anything better to do. I go to the main hall. There are doors on both sides of it. The note said on the right, but should I face the stairs or the front entrance? I go to one of the doors and put my ear to it. I lose my balance when it's jerked open. Ooh, hey! Hello! Well, this must be the cook. Why are you creeping around my kitchen, boy? I have to look away to see the face of the person, or rather creature, speaking to me. He's a mountain, a green mass of muscles barely dressed in anything. I glance at the cloth covering his crotch. No way. I would be like a hamster trying to eat a banana. All right. Okay. Hi. Good morning. Or is it afternoon already? I brought back the dishes. Come on then. You could just walk in, you know. I wouldn't yell at you. It's a kitchen, not a bathroom. Not that I'd be mad if a cutie like you walked in on me during a shower. As he says that, his expression stays exactly the same, and I'm not sure if he's joking or flirting with me. Well, mister, I'm glad to hear that you wouldn't be mad because you don't seem like a guy to mess with. Call me Slagathor. What do you mean? Because I'm an orc. Not all orcs are barbaric and violent, you know. He starts to chop an onion with a stoic expression. No, I wasn't talking about your race. I just meant that you could grab my head in one hand. Maybe. I wouldn't, though. Anyway, how did you like your omelet? I got some advice about toppings you'd like from our one-horned friend. It was delicious. I especially liked the green peas and the feta cheese inside. I didn't recognize the mushroom, though. That doesn't surprise me at all. That was blood rush, Paulette. It doesn't grow here. I mean, in this world. It's called like that because of the striped color. Some people think it's an aphrodisiac, but I guess it's just a bunch of bullshit. Never worked on me. Did it do anything for you? It sure did. It sure did. Absolutely. Huh? I feel the fire on my cheeks. Does he know about the room of shame? I can't read him. He has this mean, angry-looking face, but a calm voice. I mean, did you get hornier than usual after eating? No. Yes. Yes. I know what an aphrodisiac is, but no. I felt normal. Perfectly normal. Yep. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. I realize I'm talking too fast and shut up. Well, anyway, do you want anything else? Have you seen the mansion yet? Just my room and some corridors, I guess. There's a bunch of places you might want to see. Maybe you need a guide. You want to take me? Me? I would, but I have to cook for this bunch here. I can send them a message, though. I'm sure Feyrin would love to show you around, and Momo wouldn't mind either. Hikmat would say he doesn't have the time, but he'd probably let you tag along with him in the end. And you can always go alone. Try not to die, though. Now he's chopping white radish. Can I go with him? Are you sure you don't want to come with me? Because you are just wonderful. Oh, I want to go with the orc daddy. You know what? That's okay. We're going to go with Feyrin, because Feyrin is just a cutie. Okay, then. He touches his bronze bracelet, and it buzzes quietly. Go to the hall. He should be there soon. I hear a series of thuds from above. Is that the sound of hooves? It's as if someone was galloping through the corridors. Soon, a silky tornado of silver hair appears at the top of the stairs. Well, hello, gorgeous. What happened? I set out as soon as Slagathor informed me that there is a need for my presence. Is our beloved cook in trouble? Or does someone else happen to need my assistance? He's breathing hard. I think he didn't even notice me until now. Dear Gecko. He runs towards me. Was that you who asked Slagathor to summon me? Ah, what shall I do? My heart rejoices in the fact that I was the one you needed, but at the same time, I am terrified that you've tangled yourself in mortal danger. Hi, Feyrin. Don't worry, I'm alright. I just wanted someone to show me around. Could you maybe do that? Could I? Oh, what a wonderful day. It will be my most sincere pleasure to show you to show you the house of your grandfather. Where to go, what to do. The possibilities are endless. He seems to enjoy thinking aloud. Of course, the most straightforward answer is usually the most fitting. Friend, would you be so kind as to walk with me to one of my dearest places in the whole world? Sure thing, I'd love to see it. His eyes shine with excitement. I feel the same strange energy gathering around us, prickling my skin like tiny pins and needles. My heart speeds up. For the adventure, then. He takes me by the hand and drags me upstairs. We stop in front of a door, and I make a mental note that we're very close to my room. We go inside, and I have to squint because of a sudden burst of daylight. We're outside, are we? I turn around. The doors stand on the ground attached to nothing. There is no wall, no mansion. Oh, I do apologize. I feel your confusion. Please, let me explain. We are still inside the mansion. This place is merely one of its many rooms. We're in the woods. It's not an inside garden, Farron. It's a forest. And what a forest it is. I may be confused, but I can't ignore the beauty of this place. Everything is bright, but not too bright, like on a sunny day in the late spring. Dozens of birds chirp songs known only to them. Some lonely bee circles Farron's shiny hair. I can smell a peculiar mix in the air. Chamomile, honey, and lavender. There's something else, something I can't identify. It's wild berries. What? Did I say it out loud? What I meant was, can you smell those exquisite wild berries? Doesn't it bring peace to your mind? I do hope that the pleasantness of the scenery will soothe your nerves. After all, coming here and meeting us all, it must have been quite a bewildering experience. But how are we in a forest and inside the mansion? That is actually not complicated in the slightest. Theodore embedded a massive chunk of space within the room's borders. That is how it is much bigger inside than outside. But how? No, I have a better question. I can somehow understand that a room is full of trees, but what about walls and ceiling? Where are the borders of this place? Oh, I see. I think I've come to an understanding of why it's so difficult for you to comprehend the idea of a subspace location. Your mind believes it to be merely the same room but resized. In reality, the only actual border of this place could be determined by the entrance. If you decide to go in a straight line away from the door, you will eventually be getting closer to it again. What if I go up? What an excellent question! I have never tried that, and I must admit, space-time magic is not my area of expertise. I assume that our perception of the sky and up here is not quite how it looks in reality. I don't think I get it. No shame in that. I truly admire your willingness to admit your lack of understanding. How could I demonstrate to you without forcing you to read all 17 volumes of Introduction to Magic by... No, I don't think I have to. I mean, to understand. Usually I'd want to know, but today I'll just enjoy the view. Splendid, if this is your wish. So what's your area of expertise? You said it wasn't space-time magic. You wish to know more about me? You have no idea how happy you've made me today, dear Gecko. Of course, I shall tell you everything. Ever since I was a young lad, freshly fallen from the Tree of Light. Nod attentively. Could you maybe shorten it for me? Just a little bit. No, we're not doing that. Man, this is gonna be long, isn't it? Bitch, and you're gonna listen to every word. My legs, so fragile, but my mind so full of joy and hope. Oh, how the world sparkled, how it beckoned to me. From the very first step I took, I knew I was experiencing something truly profound. When I laid eyes on my kin, I loved them all. When I beheld other creatures living beside us, I instantly felt a need, no, a duty to protect them. Oh, dear friend, you must be dying to know their names. Let me tell you each and every one of them. Hello? What happened? So, as you know now, I have always been fond of healing. Wounds and ailments plaguing the body and the spirit, there's rarely an easy way to banish them. But sometimes even a kind word or a pleasant melody may pave the way to remedy. Sorrow and pain work in mysterious ways, but so does healing. I see. Thank you for telling me all of that. Oh, it was my pleasure. So, you do find this place enjoyable. I absolutely adore the comfort of being surrounded by nature. A gentle breeze in my hair, quiet rustling of the leaves, a splash of water from the nearby stream. Would you agree that this is all fabulous? You in this place. I am trembling with excitement. I love it. It reminds me of that one time I went camping with the rest of my family. The campsite was nothing like your forest, though. Too many people. It rained most of the time, and I didn't really want to go. But it's a good memory. Ah, yes, I remember. Sorry, I didn't catch that? Oh, I said, why is that? A good memory? I don't know. Maybe it was the change of scenery, getting away from our everyday lives. My aunt really liked it. For once, she didn't seem so uptight around me. Oh dear, I'm delighted this place brings happy memories, but my heart is forever broken over the way you talk about Anna. It seems like she didn't give you much love, did she? I don't think I want to talk about it. Of course, I understand. Maybe someday. Did you always like nature so much? Ah, the connection to all living creatures runs in a unicorn's blood. Yet perhaps I have always been more fascinated by the calming touch of a forest than my folk. What are they like? Other unicorns? Are they as nice as you? Dear Gecko, you're making my cheeks blush. We walk deeper into the forest. Farron is adorable. I love Farron. He's so cute. My people are untamed. They would rather perish than bow to anyone, and they will only respect the similar will of freedom. I have my doubts. Is there a price too high for remaining untamed? Or should we rather all deal in absolutes, never straying from the once taken path? Should one's convictions be so crucial that it justifies even succumbing to darkness? I scratch my cheek, not sure how to respond to the sudden change of narrative. My apologies. I have the habit of thinking out loud. Would you mind if I asked you something, friend? Ask away. What we felt earlier. Wait, did you hear that? I see. I can feel you, dear attacker. What the fuck? Are you two following me? Rest assured, dear attacker, our presence here is not connected to your existence in the slightest. It is simply a place where I spend a tremendous amount of time. Here, I sleep, read, and swim naked in the river in the light of the moon. Wait, is this your room? Oh no, it is far too big to be claimed by a single being. However, I do indeed own a small treehouse not far from where we're standing. I bet that's where the wizard hides. Horse, take me to your stable. I'm afraid I do not feel comfortable with welcoming you into my home. I swear on my heart that I do not hide anyone there. Did I fucking stutter? Dear attacker, please. Favorite, I'm scared. No, bitch, we're not scared of this motherfucker. Leave him alone. You're not welcome here. I step in front of Farron, making every effort to glare at Imbris. I clench my fist to stop them from shaking. What the fuck? Maybe I should hit you again, harder this time. Or burn down that monkey face. Did she call me a monkey face, bitch? The air around us becomes bright and dense. I glance at Farron. His eyes are focused on Imbris. Please, stop. This time, his voice is different. There's a warning in it. Imbris narrows his eyes. For fuck's sake, I don't have time for that. Bitch. Farron's about to fuck you up. He passes us and goes in the direction of the doors. Do you feel well, my friend? Yeah, but man, that was intense. You protected me. But how can it be? It should be the other way around. It is me who should be keeping you safe from harm. Does it always have to be this way? I mean, I'm a man too. I have my pride. That's a fair point. I shall think about it. What were you going to ask before? It can wait. But for now, I would like you to come with me somewhere else. It is my second favorite place in the mansion. He grabs my hand and leads the way. We leave the forest. He opens another door. Oh wow, it's amazing. I knew you'd like it. How does the ceiling work? Is it always night? Does that telescope work? Also, what is this orb? How many books are in here? Too many questions, sorry. I used to really like this stuff. I mean, magic, strange worlds, spells, fantasy. I was a huge fan, a long time ago. Please, do not apologize. Your questions fill my heart with joy. The ceiling is enchanted, so it always shows the night sky, no matter the real hour. Maybe later I'll show you how to use the telescope. Unfortunately, I do not have the knowledge of the number of volumes in the library, but the orb will help you find anything you might seek. She is like a librarian here. You said that it's your second favorite room. Indeed, I absolutely adore a good novel. I love books too. I know what you're saying. When I read, it's like I'm on an adventure myself. Exactly. You can experience a fantastic journey without leaving your comfort zone. Sometimes I take a couple of books back to my forest and spend days rescuing lost princes and fighting demons. That sounds great. Maybe we could go together next time. There are so many wonderful books just waiting to be discovered. Sure, count me in. Oh, how my heart rejoices at the thought. Back in the forest, I wanted to ask you, do you still feel what we felt before? Because I do. Even as he mentions it, his voice sends shivers down my spine. I don't have to look into his eyes to recall how I felt. It's as if his very soul was calling, yearning for me. This feeling, what is it? Ah, the familiar bond. Ancient magic. The wizard and the magical creature connect their souls, always caring for each other, always together in their hearts. They truly become the other's half. Sounds intriguing, but why? Oh, there are some practical reasons. The mage gathers spiritual energy through two beings, and the creature unlocks new talents. But all of this means little compared to the idea of being bonded with someone until the end of time. Have you ever been a familiar? Oh, me? Long time ago. I thought I was, but it proved to be merely an illusion. Nay, in my heart of hearts, the true familiar bond is not something I have ever experienced. I have read about it a fair amount of times in romance novels, and I would like to, someday. Possibly with you. Oh, look at him, blushing. His pale skin colors with different shades of pink and red. He comes closer to me, and I can't help but look into his eyes. I feel his warm breath on my lips. A desperate, almost painful need coils in the pit of my stomach. I would like to. Yeah? And we get interrupted, ain't that a bitch? He blinks and steps back. I am sorry, dear Gecko. We shall finish our tour another time. There are plenty of places I would love to show you, but now I'm afraid is not the best time. I have another urgent matter to attend. Wait, what? Until we meet again. He turns on his heel and nearly runs from the library. What did he want to do? Should I have been more assertive? I look around, then open a couple of drawers just to see what's inside. I'm not in the mood for exploration anymore. The only thing that draws my attention is a handwritten journal lying alone on one of the desks. It's like it was waiting for me to find it. Is that Grandpa's handwriting? I take it and go back to my room.